Welcome to the Astral Projection Podcast, brought to you by Ali Wiley. Hello and welcome to the Astral Projection Podcast. Today I'd like to talk about an experience I had a couple of weeks ago. This was an interesting experience, as they all are. It was a bit strange at the beginning, as I had a bit of trouble getting away from my physical body. Normally I just get up as if I'm getting out of bed. But this time I kind of fell onto the floor as I felt so heavy and I had to drag myself away. Now, the body can have a magnetic effect and try to pull you back if you are too near. So I usually try to get away from my body as soon as I can. But in this particular experience, I seem to be having a few problems. Anyway, I managed to get a bit of a distance away and immediately started to feel a bit lighter. Instead of going through the window, as I normally do, I decided to float down the stairs to see what was going on in my house. Now, as I went down the staircase, I bumped into a tree. Now, okay, this may seem funny. It was actually a blonde lady who was the essence of a tree. But it really did feel as if I had bumped into a tree, if that can make sense. So she seemed to whisk me off somewhere and her hair changed to red. She told me she was the Indian tree or Asian tree. It was kind of both. A mix of both words. I got the images that it was both Indian and Asian. And at that point I had an amazing vision of a tree with pink blossom in a garden of a house where I live. Though I don't actually live there as me, Ali Wiley. However, the house was and is very familiar to me. We had a nice conversation about trees, but the only thing I remember is that I asked her about trees and if their essence reflected the type of tree that they actually were, using the example of the oak tree. And she said yes. She then took me to a group of people. It was her group, and she wanted to share something with me, but I wasn't part of their group, and the leader said it wasn't possible. So never mind about that. The leader was a lady and she was smoking. I told her that she really shouldn't be smoking. And then I decided to fly off. There was a young man beside me who I felt I knew, and he tried to fly in synchronization with me. Did a pretty good job too, and it felt really good, just flying in the air. I told the young man about the package game, and now this is from an experience I had many years ago about a game I played in a kind of soul school situation. Again, it was linked to synchronization. The young man wasn't really listening, so I made some comment about him not being interested, and I flew off to fly in the forest. Then I woke up. When I investigated this experience, I couldn't find any one tree that was called the Indian or Asian tree. However, that doesn't mean that this tree doesn't exist in another reality, or maybe in that other life, wherever it may be, we have a tree in our garden that we call the Indian or Asian tree. The house and garden in this experience is one that I recognise from other dreams and experiences, and the garden is particularly beautiful. The experience regarding the package game I have written about in my book Astral Dancer, which I am republishing. It is presently being formatted for Amazon, paperback and Kindle, so I will let you know when it is available. I've been having quite a lot of experiences lately, which I really do need to write up from my notes. The problem is, when you have so many, it's hard to keep up with writing them all down. And at the moment I have pieces of paper everywhere with little notes to remind me of what happened. This is why it's really important to just, even if you haven't got time to write up the whole experience or the whole dream, write down little notes and, draw a picture to represent the dream or the experience, because it does come back to you. I think I might have an easier job of keeping track when the coffee bars open up again here in Italy, as my morning cappuccino was always the best time to write up my adventures. So hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, I'll be back in the bars drinking cappuccino and writing down my experiences. So that's all I have to say today. I hope you enjoyed this little adventure. Have a lovely day and happy travels. Bye for now.